to Weekend Smile, folks. With us this morning is Advocacy Officer of the Global Health Advocacy Project, which is a part of the Heart Foundation of Jamaica. And she's here to tell us what snacks we should pack in our children's lunchbox, those that are healthy and nutritious. Welcome. We have with us Rosanna Pipe.
Hi. It's a pleasure to be here. How are you?
How are you?
I am good, thank you.
All right. So what are the things that you would, indicate to us or we should follow as criteria when we talk about choosing the right snacks for our kids?
Okay, sure, not a problem. So when it comes to your kids and sending them off to school, so snacks, you want to bear in mind things that are meals or snacks that are balanced. And when we say balance, we're talking about in the sense of provision of energy in the form of calories, of course, protein as an essential nutrient, and fiber. So there's a rule of thumb that you can say, once it makes them fuller for longer, fuels their learning, then it's a winner. So you want to go for whole foods, so your fruits, your vegetables, simple proteins like your dairy, your milk, eggs, nuts and seeds as legumes, then you're good to go.
As parents, it's often difficult to find the right balance with nutrition and affordability and accessibility.
Good point.
Because the things we can access are not necessarily those are the ones that are nutritious.
Right.
But we're packing the lunchbox for the kids. Where do you find that balance? What fine line that we have to walk?
All right, so when you're looking at balance, because we always think about convenience, and convenience doesn't have to be unhealthy, all right? So when it comes to balance of, affordability, healthy, and accessibility, so just try not to think too technical. So there are things around the home, and think local, of course, because we like to encourage persons, buy local and buy things that are in season. So you stick to your local fruits and vegetables that are in season, because, of course, most times when they're in season, they are more affordable, all right? And of course, for persons who live in food deserts where it's really just pre-packaged, ultra-processed stuff that are available, you look in your cupboard. So if it's a case that you have some, say, white rice per se, and you want to make a nutritious meal from that, then if you can afford some frozen mixed vegetables, then there you go. You're enriching the white rice that you'll be preparing for your children or for your family with, added vitamins, minerals, and other essential nutrients. So it's trying to, turn your hand, make fashion, as our forefathers used to say. All right, so that's really it. So think local and think smart.
A while ago, you mentioned processed foods. And it's almost that taboo.
Right.
Stay away from processed foods. But what are the ingredients that we really need to stay away from when they talk about processed food, especially about processed?
All right, so there are three main nutrients of concern that we like to, pinpoint to the general public. So your added sugar. So when you turn around your food labels, you look for the sugars, you look for the unhealthy fats, which are your saturated fats and trans fats, and of course sodium, or we translate it to say salt. And of course, with the advent of, our emerging or evolving research and technology, where there are also things that you have to look out for, like artificial colors. So, just April, we saw that the FDA banned red food dye number 3 in the United States, and other global authorities are moving towards that. So, if we can look at principles like that, and a rule of thumb for parents, if you look on the ingredients list and you see that it's too long, or there are words there that you can hardly pronounce, might as well put it back on the shelf. All
right, I wanted to talk about what you have here, and keep in mind, the same three things that we should avoid.
Right.
We talk about the
ultra-processed products, right? So the fat, sugar, salt.
So take us through these three things that you have here. What are they made of? How healthy are they? How easy are they to prepare? Some things we have to prepare overnight, some things we can do in the mornings.
All right, sure. So it's all about smart planning, meal prep. All right. So here we have what we call a pinwheel sandwich. All right, so it's basically the same sandwich as your traditional sandwich with your whole wheat bread, your protein of choice, so whether it want to be some chicken breast, it could be leftover meats from your, dinner the day before, a leaf of lettuce and some cheese. And of course, you're going to use, whatever spread you can afford. So if it's like it's avocado season now, or pear season, we're in Jamaica, you can use it, right? You can use that, mash it to make a spread on the bread. So this is a pinwheel version for persons who are able to buy wraps, right? So this is the same version. So you're just going to roll it. You can even do it with a bread if you're able to roll the bread.
I was going to ask if it is that you can't afford
if you can't afford the wraps, you get your bread. If you can find something cylindrical and clean, to just roll it flat. Once you put the ingredients on it and roll it, and use a toothpick, matchstick, anything to hold it in place for your child, then that's good.
All right.
Here we have a homemade trail mix, and of course people might say, oh, there's some popcorn in it. So of course you have to remember, children, they're visual eaters. They eat with their eyes. So you have to make it appealing and tantalizing for them. So it has an array of nuts,
right,
seeds, dried fruit, and of course some whole popcorn, so popped from the kernel, right, without added salt or things like that, right? And
it's not a lot of popcorn.
It's not a lot of popcorn, just a handful, just to make it appealing, right? And of course, fruit. Always ensure that fruits are in the lunch kit. So we have the whole version here, and you can, if you have toddlers or picky eaters, you can make it fun. So put it on kebabs for them.
I was going to ask that, because you have picky eaters, sometimes it's healthy, and because it's healthy, this is not necessarily what the children will gravitate to.
Right.
We have picky eaters, especially have different children, different tastes.
So that's where variety and fun comes in place.
Right.
Colors, so using colors, shapes, of course. So if you can't afford cookie cutters, you can use a knife and cut out the fruits in different shapes. So the apple, cut it into wedges, right? And if you can put it with a dip, like a nice little cheese dip or plain yogurt, if you're able to buy some yogurt, you can do that. And when it comes to water, because water is essential for hydration. Right. If they don't like the taste of plain water, then you have an example here, like your infused water, we get their favorite fruits. In this case, we have some pineapple and watermelon chunks. We put it in the infuser section, right? So
inside here, you actually have the fruits.
Fruits, right. So you're getting the added benefit. So they're being hydrated, the water doesn't taste as bland, and of course the vitamins and minerals that are being infused in the water, that's an added benefit.
And I think another way to actually help with them and your picky eating is actually asking them or allowing them to help you
in the process.
Right. That's when they prepare, they feel like, hey, I'm a part of this, I made this, I can.
Right, so that sense of inclusion, so involving them in the shopping process, so they're choosing their own snacks, and you use it as an educational session to teach them about healthy eating and how to properly pick snacks, and of course the preparation process. So they'll be more inclined to actually eat healthy.
30 seconds. Tell me, when it is as a parent you want to introduce some new healthy alternatives and the children are not really gravitating towards it, what are some tips that you would recommend?
All right, so one step at a time. It's not about forcing them, all right, but making it fun for them. So introduce one new snack at a time, of course, and of course make it fun, make it colorful, introduce a new texture, a new color at a time, and celebrate with them once they try new food. So, don't be like our parents, like, oh, you have to eat it.
you better eat it.
Right, you take your time. So introduce one new food at a time, and once you see that they've adjusted to it, then you can introduce something else. And celebrate the wins.
Thank you so much. Back to school
pleasure.
preparation. That was Rosanna Pike, Advocacy Officer of Global Health Advocacy Project of the Heart Foundation of Jamaica. And we can smile. We'll be right